This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, good evening and good morning to everyone who has joined my session for Loadrunner Cloud. I'm here to share my experience on Loadrunner Cloud so far, what I have experienced. I'm Shravya. I hope if the session is interactive, it would be more uh, good. Like everybody can ask their doubts, and the main prerequisite of this, everybody who has the performance testing knowledge and background, it would be more effective. I hope everybody has performance testing background. I could get at least one or two interactive uh, people. It would be good.
Yes, Bhavna.
Yes, we have to
Okay,
do background engineering.
okay. I shall start the session. I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah, we are
Yeah,
able to see.
okay. Uh, Thank you, team, for joining the session. Loadrunner Cloud. The prerequisite of the of this session is like you should have minimum basic knowledge on Loadrunner or any performance testing skills, or tools like JMeter, Neoload, anything. If you have, this session is more effective. I would take around 1 hour session duration. I am here to share my knowledge on my experience, what I have come across in the Loadrunner Cloud. Mainly the differences between the Loadrunner and Loadrunner Cloud. Uh, See, they are like minute changes only, around 10%. If you see, majorly it is like the most valuable feature is that we do not accommodate the load testing infrastructure in our own database center. If you could see, we connect to the load generators and start the test. Whereas in this scenarios in Loadrunner Cloud, we have AWS and Azure platforms where we use those to run the test. In which Loadrunner like Cloud, they are more elastic, and CPU and memory utilization also is manageable and balanced. Primarily, if you could see, it is mainly focused on web and mobile protocols. And the another feature is like you only pay for the virtual users you needed. So yeah, I would explain you even the differences is like these are the major differences. Even the load runner is more effective and satisfying at an enterprise level, but whereas when compared to while running the test, we could see it is not the our infrastructure how it is built it's on AWS and Azure. In this way, uh, these are the differences, and I would like to tell you in a simpler way. In a load runner is like we are going to buy the virtual users for lifetime. It's like our own house. Once we have bought the virtual users, it can be used many times you want. It's like a own house. Any times you want to run the test, you can run it. But whereas in Loadrunner Cloud, you do have both options, but this is one of the option, like uh, you are buying the virtual hours, and the test can be run in hourly basis. There are scenarios in which there are like lot of large number of around 50 lakhs, 10 lakhs users, where you want to run the test, but you cannot buy the virtual users for the lifetime. So where in this scenario, Load Runner Cloud is more effective. These are the main, as I told, there are not much changes, but they are important changes which we could see. If anybody has any questions until then, You can ask me. Okay. I don't think anybody has any questions till then. So I would like to explain one case study where I have come across is like we have to run a test for a radio channel where it has 5 lakh users and the duration is for 2 hours. And our client is expecting to run the test only once. So in this scenario where you can't buy the virtual users in Loadrunner, like we doesn't have an option like to buy virtual hours. So you can't buy 5 lakh users for lifetime and it would be very costly. In that scenario where we usually like it's like we rent those virtual users, it's like we take 10 lakh virtual user hours. In a safe side scenario, we take 10 lakhs because if there are any bottlenecks to be sorted once you have run 5 lakh users for 2 hours, but you could see the users are ramping down and they are like certain bottlenecks where you could see. So in that, I hope everybody is aware of the bottlenecks. If I think nobody is answering anything or any question, so you can answer some, respond some bottlenecks to be more effective the session. Can anybody tell that till now how many like any bottlenecks you have come across?
Yeah, I have observed one scenario where the user base was very less, 250 users, but around 150 or 160 users, system used to throw 500 internal server error due to thread contention at server side.
Yeah, exactly. We are checking the application withstanding power. Like the same thing happened when currently we have done our baseline test. The users were actually ramping out. So we had to tell the development team that the application is not withstanding the 5 lakh users. So in this scenarios, we do like require safer side around 10 lakh virtual user hours. We have bought virtual 10 lakh virtual user hours. I do understand it is the approximate cost we have uh, bought is for 50 lakhs. So I know it is a bit higher, but even if you see the virtual users are 5 lakh users, so it's worth it for the client as for the customer satisfaction in order to not lose the users. And we know if any performance related issues, there are huge chances of like business revenue losses. So in this case, we have bought like 10 lakh virtual user hours for the 5 lakh user hours. Till now, everybody is clear, right? Okay. So initially, this is the scenario, and for starting the test, what we do is like you run for an iteration and verify the script is working fine, and run for 10 iterations with the different users and check like it's like a dry run and smoke test whether the users are running scripts are data wise and everything is set fine, because if this applications are not just like around 500 or 1000 5 lakh users, so we have to be very careful while running the scripts. So start the real scenario. For Loadrunner Cloud, this is the link. I will show you how do I. So once if you like type Loadrunner Cloud, you could see this micro focus Loadrunner Cloud free trial, and which navigates to this registration page. You can use for Loadrunner Cloud gives you 1000 virtual user hours for a free trial. You can register this, and you have to like your personal email doesn't work here. You have to use your company mail and then start your free trial, and the link navigates to your mail, and you can launch and start the Loadrunner test. Till here everybody is clear. Like I could see nobody responding.
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah. So why we use this Loadrunner Cloud is like the server elastic is very high. So we are depending upon AWS and Azure platforms. So where it's not like load generators. So it automatically has that elastic city power of the AWS and Azure. So like automatically depending upon the consumption only, it increases and decreases. Even the CPU and RAM also coordinates automatically. And one more wonderful thing is like the ramp up time. Generally, we can't give the ramp up time okay. Let me ask this question like sample. How do you give the ramp time for your test? Around 1000 users, 500 users, you have to test, and minimum ramp up time. How much you give?
1 minute.
How 1 minute can be given if it is if you have to run for more 1 lakh users? How do you give the ramp up time?
We'll divide and we'll do like first when like 50,000 and then again 50, like that we'll do.
Okay. So
3 to 5
when we
users.
are your voices are not clear. If you could be clear, it would be nice.
3 to 5 users every second, I say.
Yeah, 3 to 5 users gradually we give the ramp up. We don't put the pressure or load on the servers. Depending on the LG configuration only we give, because it does affect the LG memory and all. So since we are using the cloud infrastructure where it depends on AWS and Azure, you can give like ramp up of 15 minutes. All the 5 lakh users can ramp up. This is the very important, like in this Loadrunner Cloud. Yeah, there are scenario like 1 million are ramped up in 15 minutes because our LGs are in cloud. In-house LGs, we depending on the in-house LGs only, we will give the ramp up. But what like Loadrunner Cloud is which our LGs are on cloud, so it does have elastic feature where it can divide its CPU memory and all. So due to which Loadrunner Cloud we can use for like a bigger number of tests. It's suggested. So let's till here. If everybody is clear, I can move on to the real Loadrunner Cloud and show you how the test. Like anybody has any doubt till here?
So So can we do simultaneously ramp up in the cloud?
Simultaneously?
Simultaneously start the test like 5 lakh user will ramp up simultaneously run the test without giving a particular time.
Without giving, I did not understand your question. It's your voice is also very low.
Yeah, we want to run the simultaneous test. Means at a time we are ramping up the 5 lakh users. So it may be the chances of
Yeah,
the high CPU and memory, but yeah, the cloud will manage automatically. So like it
yeah,
at the limit, right? So they maybe the huge cost to the company. So I don't think
yeah.
that is a good way to go in the cloud also.
No, no. There is this 1 million test is done recently with a ramp up of 15 minutes. So the cloud itself manages. We are here to check whether the application is managing or not. If our users are ramping down, see initially when I conducted the test, the application was couldn't withstand it. The users were ramping out. So where we could tell the development team, see only 200 or 300 are ramping up, rest all are ramping out. So in that way, they design the application. But whereas these LGs and all are on cloud, so there's no problem with our cloud thing. It has that elastic feature, elasticity, and
Then how
manages
this
the
user is
test,
yeah then how this user is related to the applications.
how the users is related to the application.
Yeah, suppose we want to hit the particular URL into the application, right? So like our LG is in cloud, right? So that ramp up will handle by the cloud. So how it will connection between the ramp up and the particular applications?
No, I'll repeat it again. See, we are using LGs to run our test,
Yeah.
correct, right?
So
In
yeah, right. So
Loadrunner
LG,
Cloud,
yeah. So now LG is deploying the cloud, right?
yeah.
So suppose we are hitting 5 lakh user, so some of the load will going to the cloud to that particular applications.
How much load is going to the cloud for that application?
Ye- Yeah, because that cloud is also consuming some CPU and memory, right? So that also we need to measure, and that second is like our applications.
Yeah, we can check that
Um,
through our monitoring. Yeah,
no, but for
somebody.
cloud, for a cloud LGs, it will be similar as whatever we are doing on normal performance center. There also we keep an eye on our CPU and memory. If you are loading some 500 to 1000 users on single load generator, your normal load generator also might crash. So I don't see any difference between cloud load generator and on-premise load generator here. And the way we are uploading our scripts and users through normal performance center, and from there users are sending a request, whatever is there in your script, those requests will be sent to your application or web server. Similar way from cloud also, whatever script you have uploaded, that way only, based on that script only, hits will be sent to your application server. So application server you have to monitor with normal application monitoring tools like AppDynamics, Dynatrace, whatever it is. And for your cloud LGs, this performance center, if we are, I'm not sure whether for cloud load runner we can use performance center or not. But whatever UI we will be using there, you can see your LG utilizations.
Yeah, what you have told is exactly correct. These both are similar only. Here we are using LG, but where we are using the same LG only, but LGs are on cloud. The cloud is like depending on LG configuration, we give that ramp up and not depending on the LG memory and all. But where there it automatically resides that LGs because there are n number of LGs on cloud itself. The configuration itself is done.
Correct.
So here it is
Correct.
clear.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, if I am
Yeah.
showing you for like application, maybe it would be more clear.
Yeah.
Okay,
I,
you can go ahead.
I joined just now. Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Repeat the question. Okay, no. I started the session. I'm middle of it. You have joined just now.
Yes, I joined. I was struggling to join the session early, but there was issue with the connecting. That's
Okay,
fine. I can.
yeah, I'll just give a quick glance, like what exactly I'm trying to tell. You do have knowledge on Performance Center.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just telling the difference between in cloud and normal, the Loadrunner Cloud and Loadrunner, where the AWS and Azure are on cloud. So they are not like major changes, minor only. Little I am trying to explain my experience, which I have come across. I actually started the session, but it was theoretical only. Now I'll be navigating through the Loadrunner Cloud. Okay, as I showed, this is the URL where you could get 1 month free cloud trial for 1,000 virtual users. Okay. So here you can register and start your free trial. As I'm already registered, it navigates to this launch page. And remember, your email ID doesn't work. Only your organization emails it works. It redirects to your organization mails only, and where you can start using your free trial, and the product will be here and available for only 1 month. And this is the home page of the Loadrunner Cloud. And I will like to show the license information. So this is the license information, start date and end date. It has 1 month, and the protocol type is virtual user hours. And totally out of the 1,000, I have used 3 virtual users hours. It's trial subscription, and here you can see, and even the usage report, everything you can see. So if I want to purchase, there's an option called purchase more license, and it navigates to the registration page where you can buy more virtual user hours or virtual users. So for generally HTML scripts, you use virtual user hours, but whereas for JMeter scripts, you use different like developer users you use. And here in the home page, it's like here home load test. As this is the test where I have performed and everything where I can create. This is where you can connect your asserts. As I told, our load generators, other than the cloud, our load generators can be connected here, and the results and learn. I'm going to navigate everything, and you can ask me if you have any doubt in between. If you wanted to, if you're recording in your script in Fiddler, you can use this har file and CSV test. It has different things. I'm clicking on create a test. So once you're clicking on create test, you can give any test name. And you can add your email IDs to find the result reports and all. Even your manager email IDs also can be added here. So here you could see license mode is virtual user hours. You can have virtual user hours and virtual users mixed as well. If you wanted to have more clear glance on it, you can see in Learn More. See, virtual user is the fixed license. You're buying the virtual users for lifetime, as we do it in our Loadrunner. We do have this feature called virtual user hours. Only hourly base you can buy this. And the run mode is like you have this 3 options: duration, iteration, and goal orientation. If you're giving duration, you can add view users in between. But whereas if you're giving iteration wise, you can't add view users while running the test. This option is disabled. See, if you could see, load test will be run for many iterations as possible in the time duration. And iterations is where the how many iterations you have given, number of iterations configured. And pausing schedule. This if you are there is a scenario where you are running your test for 10 hours and there is a downtime hour for the test. When you're starting your test for around 9 a.m. and you have a downtime of at 1 o'clock, then you can pause it for pause the test for 1 hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours and all. Where the application has the downtime period is called where pause scheduling up to 1 hour and all. In between you can stop your test for 1 hour. This is the feature for that. And as I told, add view users can be added when you're running duration. And delay start, if you are want to delay your starting of the test, you can give this delay start and declare your how much maximum time you wanted to delay the test. And group transactions, if you're having any similar transactions, then you can group those transactions and exclude think time for TRT calculations. And as you know, this data and log, you want to store all the users logs from the cloud-based generated and store the script errors where you can use these options. These are a few options like I have given, and here where you can upload your script. Here this option is like in asserts already my script is placed as a JPEG store. You can like upload from that. This plus option is like you can, if your script is placed in asserts, you can upload from that. And if you don't want, you can upload freshly. As you know, the JMeter script has to be you can't upload directly. It has to be zipped. Everybody is aware, no?
Yes.
I'm uploading my script. You can ask me any doubts if the session is likewise interacting. It would be nice.
Yeah, I have one query here. So this Loadrunner Cloud is similar to the Performance Center where we execute the scripts, or any
Yeah, I
difference?
told. No, it is completely same, but only we are the infrastructure is on cloud.
That's all. The LGs,
That's right. Yeah.
everything is played in the cloud.
Yeah. See, if you want to add the LGs, you have that option. But if you wanted to go by cloud, you have the option. See, you have this on-premise where you can add your LGs. This is on the cloud where you can edit location and choose the locations. This is the main feature, maybe you can see clearly. If you wanted to run on London, you'll choose California and Sydney.
These are the different networks belonging to the cloud, right? Sorry,
Yeah,
belonging to LG's network.
yeah. So if
Oh,
you're running the test, see, if you're running the test, it would be in different locations, right? You
yeah.
will be running, the LGs would be from different regions. So
Mm-hmm.
it does have that AWS and Azure thing, and we can distribute accordingly. You want, so if you're giving, the distribution has to be 100. If you're giving 120, it shows this error sign.
Okay. And another question is, for example, our application servers, web servers are there, right? So if we
Yeah.
want to use this Loadrunner Cloud, even our application also should be placed in the cloud. Is it mandatory, or if the application is not in the cloud servers, maybe the LGs we can use it cloud, right? Is there any dependency?
No, there's no dependency. We are just taking the scripts and running on our like performance center only, but we are using our LGs in cloud.
Okay, but there is no dependency. Our application servers also should be present in the cloud, or such things are not there.
No, there's no such things.
Okay, thank you.
So I have given different regions, and there is options like network emulation and all, where you can give WAN and all. I'm not aware of this, but if you are aware of any network side emulation also, you can give this how much network, like Wi-Fi, mobile busy, WAN. Typically, you can give that, even those percentages also you can give, and you can edit that emulation 3G, 4G. But this is not mandatory. If you could see this globe symbol is where the LGs are on cloud. That where we are distributing our workload and giving. Here is where this you can create your local LGs and create, like in performance center. How do we do connect to our normal LGs and run the test? We do have that option as well. Here is like render's point. Our script doesn't have any render's point. And yeah, this option is like SLA option is like there are 3 transactions. In these 3 transactions, you want your script should not exceed more than 3 seconds. Then you enable this option, all the 10. If your script is your transaction is crossing more than 3 seconds, then you will see the error in the report. This is add scheduler. There's no scheduler in our test. Okay, we are we have made all the changes. Now we'll go to this ramp up, ramp down. So here in our script, they are simple, manual, and advanced. Yeah, the start time is like if you want to start the test after 10 minutes or 1 hour, you can give the start time, but generally most of them doesn't give the start time. So ramp up, let me give 2 seconds. As we have given iteration, so we could see iteration.
Ramp up you have given 2 minutes, I think.
Yeah, 2 minutes. And iterations, if I have chosen an option, if you remember, there was 2 options, duration and iteration. I have chosen iteration. If I'm giving duration, then I could see the duration, 1 minute and Play down also I'll give 2 minutes. Duration is like 4. So I have set my scenario in this way. This is simple. Where there's an option called manually. Manually, you'll give the ramp up and ramp down, and for the which user load. If you are giving here 10, I want 5 to have different ramp up and 5. So automatically the duration is calculated here. There's no giving duration here. In simple, it is like very straightforward. And this is one option, manual. And here there's an option called advance. In this advance, how you can give different ramp ups and different ramp downs for the virtual users. You are having 10 virtual users, but you want each and every virtual user to ramp up one user to different ramp up, second user different. You can add the ramp up, you can add the duration, you can add the ramp down. Till here everything is clear.
Yeah, clear.
Yeah. So any options did I miss? This is cloud and on-premises. We are running on cloud. And if we want to add virtual users, if we could have that option here, adding virtual users as well. And yeah, runtime settings options. And even if I wanted to see the script as well, you can see the script. Check the script here. This is runtime settings. Pacing is 1 second. I'll give 30 seconds. So we'll run the test and see how does it work. Any options? Any doubt you're having until then here?
Here one option is there below the geometry pacing is there. So what is different between this pacing and runtime setting pacing? It is same or like different?
1 second. This one? There's this local pacing seconds we are giving. I'm not aware of this local pacing, but generally we follow this runtime settings pacing, no?
Yeah, that's why the question is there. Why it is here? Option is on. The checkbox is there.
Yeah, I'm not aware of that option. And here where you can see transaction response time breakdown and any web client side breakdowns and all monitoring things also, you can include these options here. So we did not add any monitor or single user performance or providing users or something. They are not activated. Now the machines and all are initializing. If you remember, we have given London, Sydney, California. These are all load test regions which have given. These are initializing.
So I have one question. So in the normal Loadrunner, we have three different tools like virtual user generator, controller, and analysis. So here in cloud, this is combination of all the three tools available here. We can do all the three activity here.
No. This is just like a performance center. We are running our test in cloud. The scripting itself you do in Loadrunner.
Okay, and like control, we can run the like we can say that this is controller. Like we are
Yeah,
running the test here. Okay.
yeah. Like in Loadrunner, we do have that 50 for 50 users freely we can run the tests in controller. But here we get 1,000 virtual user hours.
Yeah, and
So if
suppose you
you
want to then suppose we want to monitor once suppose we are doing some PBI test, right? So reporting server we need to add here. So we can also add, right? In here we need to add or like anywhere else other or like outside we need to monitor that server.
yeah, there's an option here. I was not able to find. We can add that monitoring tools also here also. Once I have completed the test, I'll show you that option. Actually, previously I have found it when I was
Yeah,
searching. I was
because
not.
because that applications it is very important. We need to check how much processor
Yeah,
and CPU is using.
yeah. If you could see, our test is running. It is similar to Performance Center only, but you could see this SLA warning. If I would give an iteration, this option would have been enabled. I can add the virtual users while running the test. This is an option for virtual users while running the test. And these are the 4 graphs. If I want, I can remove all and see one graph. If I want, I can add in this way graphs as well. All the 6 graphs. Throughput is there, running users is there, errors, transaction. I can just click on these options and expand. So all the graphs I can add in this manner. And I can compare the previous test and current test by using this compare option.
So here everything is there like running time and fixed user rate per seconds. But where is there past the transactions where we can like clarification is there, right? So where we can see the past transactions.
You can see in transaction summary. Passed, failed, everything you can see success rate. There's no failure currently.
And how can we avoid that last two transaction, X and transaction view user initializations? In the load runner, we have option like
These
miscellaneous.
are in runtime settings. There's an option, no? If you
Yeah, yeah.
disable, yeah,
Okay, okay. Here also same thing, same setting is there, right?
yeah. Here also same
Okay.
settings. If you're having any LG alerts, you can see here initially while you're setting the scenario, they will ask you to check the LG alerts if any LG alerts are there on cloud. Then even I forgot to tell you one important thing, like if you couldn't find the location which you want to test, you can coordinate like with them only and ask the location and they'll give you. You could see those locations where if while giving the test I have given equally, right, 100%. We have given 4 different locations. If the location is not present, you can ask the team like Loadrunner only, I want this location and virtual this many virtual users or virtual users hours. They will provide you that virtual users, those locations.
Is selecting like different locations, there may be impact on the performance?
No, you want to run the test for some region where you couldn't find in that the Loadrunner Cloud. In that scenario, you can coordinate with them while you can raise a ticket for them. I want this
No,
region to be tested.
No, no.
his
Suppose
question
we are
is
running it.
different.
Yeah, suppose
Yeah,
we are running in different region, right? So it may be impact on our test.
I would say it might be, it will mimic the real world scenario.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
some of the customers definitely they want to test with different zones. Their application is present in multiple locations worldwide. It will not make
Yeah,
any difference. But
yeah,
to
depending
see
on
the
the
real,
user capacity.
yeah, yes.
Yeah, yeah, depending on the user capacity. Suppose we want to change some locations. So that is the questions. Yeah,
Yeah,
got
you
it.
can modify the test, no? Depending on
Ah,
that.
okay.
So till here it is clear, no? Once the test is completed, I'll show how do we take the results file, and this is the Loadrunner Cloud. If you are aware of Performance Center, it is no like it is just similar. I'm just here to share the how I have come across this Loadrunner Cloud project and all. It is way simpler. Like if you're aware of it, if you're seeing my demo, then you can add it to your resume like Loadrunner Cloud as well. And even you can have this free trial of 1 month where you can make use of like this Loadrunner Cloud.
So for 1 month, 1,000 virtual users, and how many virtual hours we will get?
No, for 1 month we don't get virtual users, only virtual users hours we get.
Okay, so how many, if we don't get virtual users license, how we can test? Like,
As I told initially only, like how we can test, you have asked me.
no, no, I'm asking, you're saying we will get only virtual hours, right? So what are the
Yeah,
maximum use we can use it for free license?
maximum like for free license, like we will be getting, if you could see this, I've just for the sample thing, 5 I have used. for trial. Now again I'm running for another 10 minutes. Now again 5 virtual user hours would be used. Like for if you would understand, no, for 100 users or something for 1 hour, maybe this might work. Max to max
Okay.
is free, but even those also probably if you purchase the license only, it would be effective. And anyhow,
Okay.
if you are working with your client, they do provide the license, no?
Most probably these days clients go preferring only free versions. They are not preferring Loadrunner at all. JMeter, Locust, so many free versions are there, right? Blaze Meter.
Yeah, but these has its own. I totally agree, but everything like these also has its own advantages, right? No. You can see the report. The status is passed. Duration it's like 8 minutes 45 seconds. The mode we have selected duration and the date LG alerts or 99. We have selected this 99 percentile, and we do have that option of selecting which what is the percentile as well. And just if there see if you select all the options only, we get the reports generated with all this. If what is necessary, you want only summary top 10 transactions, past failed transaction errors. You have to click on all these options, and there is an option here called export and download, report to PDF, report to Word, report to CSV. So everything is downloading.
So I have one question. So this test we have done in the Loadrunner Cloud. So suppose same test with the same settings if we are doing in the Loadrunner like free version, so you will get any difference in the result, like response in seconds, throughput, and the virtual user time.
Uh, See, first thing, as I told, the difference is like in Loadrunner Enterprise version, where I don't think I'm not aware, but there's only virtual users we can buy. There's no option called virtual users hours. If you are aware, you can also tell me. That is the major difference. And see the load generators, we have to connect and check what is the capability, and accordingly we'll design this thing. But this everything is on cloud. We just give the region and run the test.
Some performance improvement also will be there, right? If we are running it
Yeah.
in the, because everyone is looking into the performance, they are not looking into the like users and hours. So my question is that only if we can see any difference or not.
Performance and all, I'm not that aware, but I couldn't tell the performance thing. But more or less everything is same, but generally these are the machines which are we are using are on cloud.
Yeah, what's your question? Can you repeat? If I am aware, I will explain to you.
Yeah, that suppose same test we are doing in our free trial version, like next 50 user we can run. So what is the difference between here and there? Like if any performance difference or like any, because machine is in cloud, right? So mostly some difference will be there. I am not aware of that. So what is like stability, security, or like performance increment if we are getting better result from the cloud? Then what is the reason like
Normal
we are going in
performance
cloud?
center. Okay, your question is what is the difference between normal if we run the test in the performance center and Loadrunner Cloud? That is the question,
Yeah,
or
yeah, that is the question. Like suppose same test we are running in the like free version, and the same test like be given in the demo. So any difference we are seeing in the minimum and maximum timeouts and like throughput and response, because that also we need to calculate and this is like a baseline in the upgrade version testing, we can say that. So any difference we can see or not? Like my question is,
Okay, yes, I'll explain that. The first thing is from Performance Center to Loadrunner Cloud difference is she already explained that the LGs will be in the cloud in the different work location. I would say different zones in the world. But in the performance center, that is one difference because the specific LGs you need to space into the different zone, but not all the projects will, only one location it will be placed, either Singapore or Paris, depends on your project. But you will not get LGs are placed in the different locations worldwide. That is one difference, normal performance center and the cloud thing. And the performance wise, it will not make any difference because the LGs which are how many you are using in the cloud and the performance center, it's have its own capability. It will not make any difference. But to mimic the real world scenario, the customer will prefer to send the load how it will be. So that they will see. If you place into multiple locations, how the performance metrics, either response time, CPU, everything is within the limit or not. And they will do both the test. If you place the load only from one work location, only one London zone, how the performance will come, so that they
yeah,
will compare. Yeah.
yeah. So that is the thing. Now we are checking here performance of the CPU memory and response time. So in real world, we can say that that is a performance. How much performance we are getting in, how much difference in the cloud or like free version.
Yes, it will vary. Definitely different work zones, different workplaces, and one workplaces sometimes. So many metrics also involved, like some
Yeah,
development and
latency. Yeah,
yeah.
latency
So
is also
network,
impact here. Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
So
Thank
everything it will matters. Yeah.
Yeah. So our test is completed and I have downloaded the reports. This is in the PDF format where if you remember we have selected the options here. Just a second. Yeah, we have selected all these options, so we could see everything. If you don't want any of this top 10 transactions, and you can ignore it. In this way, you can download all your reports in PDF, CSV formats, till and any doubt you are having in Word format as well. Here we could see 90th percentile, and this one last thing I'll tell. If you want 95 percentile also, you can edit it. Yeah, there's an option called the percentile of 85, 90, 95. So it was on 90, so we got 90 percentile. If you want 95, 99, where you can choose it here in this option. So far, any doubts you're having, I'm just checking I could see that monitoring tools to be connected here, but I couldn't find the option. I think if this is enabled, you can connect your monitoring tools as well. Dynatrace, AppDynamics. Initially it was enabled. Oh, okay. So far everybody's clear, right? Any doubts? Okay, team. Thank you for joining the session. I have shared my knowledge on Loadrunner Cloud. Even you can also explore by registering. And thank you, team.
Thanks.
Yeah.